So we are going to talk about the biggest legal scam that has been going on for centuries, college. We all know that scamming comes in many forms and from different directions, and believe it or not, most of us have been victims. Fun fact, 40% of college students are dropouts. So tune in as we discuss society's biggest scam.
So, guys, what would you say college is to you, and what is the importance of college? Like, is it really necessary for everyone to go to college? Like, what if you just want like the minimum success, and like, what would you actually define as the maximum success? We can start off like, what do you think college is to you, and what the importance is?
Well, for me, I guess it like all depends on like what you want to do. Like for me, I want to do acting, but I want to do more than acting, but mainly acting. You don't need to go to college to pursue acting, but I want to learn the mechanics of acting and the history of acting, and I believe that by digging deep and learning that, it would make you become more advanced as an actress. And I believe that has happened for me, which is why I'm still in school pursuing that passion. And not only that, but by learning the mechanics and history, it actually grew more passions within me, such as directing. And believe it or not, I want to be having my own business.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's something, I got from college. But it's not necessary. It's not for everyone, because it's like, are you willing to put down that much money? And are you willing to pay back that much money for your education? And is that worth it? Which is the question, because I am just lucky enough to be a part of a military program, whereas some people may just have to pay back like $10K or something, so it's like, that's why I see it as like kind of like a scam for people who aren't as fortunate to go into school with a military program or like a full-time scholarship, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel the same. Like, it just depends on what you want to do.
Right.
Like,
And how far you want to go.
yeah, basically. Because, I mean, I would prefer a doctor, finish out their education. Because I don't want just anybody operating on me, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
That's true. So there are some things that you need to do that needs to have a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, again, it's not for everybody. I mean, some people force it down your throat. Like, if you want to, I'm pretty sure America could sell to you the fact that, hey, if you want to work at McDonald's, you need a degree. Really? Like, do you need a bachelor's degree to be Fripplin Fires or something like that? You really don't. But America can really try and sell it to you, and you be in debt trying to work a 9-hour job to try and pay back that same education that they be trying to make you do.
Right.
So I mean, it honestly depends. I mean, if you want to be a star fry cook, great for you. But honestly, just do whatever your heart tells you to do, and weigh your options. People feel like whatever you want to do, college is the only option. You guys have to do your own research and figure out what you want to do yourself, and see if college is actually the path, or how far you want to take your path in college, whether you could stop at an associate's or stop at bachelor's.
Right, and I was going to just add on, like, that's why it's important to know what's your minimum and what's your maximum.
Yeah.
Me, I want to go as far as being in movies and commercials, but I also want to go as far as to, like, creating those movies and stuff. And you're going to need a certain amount of education to do that. Not just 1 year in college for, directing big movies like that, or even having your own business. So you got to know your minimum and your maximum and set your goals.
I mean, like, if going to school to be a McDonald's chef is a priority. I mean, maybe like in school you need to learn the type of what do you call it?
The type of technique.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably the flip technique and flip double technique.
Exactly.
And
Which salt you be using?
There's culinary school.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's expensive. I mean, you can just learn in your kitchen.
I mean, yeah.
Just go on YouTube and watch all of those
Right.
videos.
Like, sometimes it's not always necessary. For free.
Bro,
I mean,
once they
like-
start having YouTube Academy, bro, I'm gonna pay, like, for real. Like, when we have YouTube Academy, like, all them classes and stuff, like, I'm pretty sure that would be a thing for
Which is why I feel like so many students have dropped out, because they're now discovering and understanding that, like,
Yeah.
I can get all this you guys are learning and like putting 4 years into, I can just like right here at home on my computer, like in like 20 hours or something.
I agree with you, but like people should keep in mind that being a dropout is not for everyone.
It's
You
not
know?
for everyone.
That's
It's a big
either
risk.
way. Like medical student, don't be dropping out though. I mean, unless that's not your passion, of course.
Yeah.
Find whatever your venture is. But if that's your thing, we're not saying drop out, Seth. We don't want any hospital bills coming our way. We can't afford these.
I'm
We're
telling
just
you.
college student.
It's a
We
big risk to
established that.
take.
Like you don't expect to like go to YouTube and find things for medical school
Yeah,
or go
or
to like Google.
be an engineer. I beg you better know how to build bridges correctly, Seth. You need to go
Right.
to
Google
school
is
for
meant
those
to-
things. Like,
And another thing is you also want to be careful like what information you're taking in because it could be false. Whereas in college, it's accurate because they have those professors have like PhDs in it.
And
you
they're
know?
kind of
It's-
like
it's
held by the
valid, it's
law,
valid
right?
information.
Yeah.
About like, not all professors know how to teach. It's like
Yeah.
okay, degree in the subject, but like, do you have a degree in teaching? Because what you're saying does not make sense to me right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they
That's-
probably do have like a degree in teaching, but it's not effective the way they're
Yeah.
explaining stuff. So it's
But
not
then again,
reaching students.
It's like different teaching methods for different people.
And I feel like those are the best teachers, though, the ones that are adaptive. Like, you know, those
Yeah.
teachers that be asking you, like, in the beginning of the semester, oh, like, what type of learners are you? Like, are you
Yeah.
auditory? Like, do you want me to do more PowerPoints or, like, more lecture stuff?
Yeah.
Teachers that
Yeah.
actually take
Care.
care of
Yeah.
your future, like it's not just for a paycheck for them,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You know, there's one thing that it's so funny. Like when I was back in my home country, Nigeria, they're like, there's a difference between a teacher, professor, and a lecturer. A lecturer just comes there and just like pastes what you're supposed to do, and then they have given the lecture and they're on their way. You know, a professor is almost like a teacher. It's like they actually try to take care of your needs and stuff like that, you know. And that's what I like about the American school system, because they have like the whole accommodation. Yeah, college is not gonna lie, it's a bit pricey
It's
here.
expensive.
But like the teaching ways is very, very nice, you know, and it's like something you can kind of like pass on your own and not necessarily need to do like criminal activities, if you get what I mean. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you guys said, I do agree with you. Depends on your major. Like if I have like my major is electrical engineering, you can't tell me that you want to use YouTube and get yourself an electrical engineering degree. That is when college is necessary for you, you know. And like the whole and the importance of college is like, I guess like due to the way society has decided to put college as its top pinnacle, it's like you can't go around college in the
Yeah.
sense of like, you know.
Success.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Or being
You
in the
know,
workplace. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's so funny? People are always like, you have to go to college. There's always that
Ah,
pressure to
that
go
pressure.
to college.
Yeah.
But the question is now is that, do you have to finish college? It's like, what is that for you, you know? And then the minimum success, some people just want to get a high school degree and then they're out.
Which
you
is
know?
okay. It's
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, if you find like something that you deem as successful, because I know someone that was like, yeah, he just wants to be a server in the restaurant for the rest of his life, because like they give him enough money to pay the type of bills he wants, like that, having that minimalistic
Right.
lifestyle, you know. And maximum, some people want to be out there, some people want to have that richness, bougie
Business, yeah.
Yeah.
Make 6 figures.
Exactly, Versace, right? Is it called Versace?
Versace.
Versace, Versace, Versace.
Hey,
You have like,
We'll put the little. Huh?
and I was like, then you have like these millionaires who are actually college dropouts, but like they're already successful.
Yeah, they got what they needed from college, bro.
Right, but I think that's also like with Little Pump dropping out of high school. He knew, college, you know, and he went to Harvard. For those who don't know, like he dropped out, but he had drive. He has so much drive that you can't just drop out and then just sit there and expect things to come to you just because you dropped out and you're praying and all that. No, you actually gotta go out there and do the work. You know, you gotta have drive.
Yeah, you have to have that passion, because we're saying like it's okay to drop out, but you need to be mindful of the reasons why. Don't be like laziness, that is the reason, or because you feel like, okay, well, it's not for me, and you just sit on your hands. Like, no. Like, you need to know that if you're a dropout, you probably still need to work like probably twice as hard as everybody else. Or
It's a
even 3
big
times
risk.
as hard, because It's your passion now that has to drive you. There's nothing behind you. There's no certificate, there's no degree, there's no nothing. So your presence, your passion needs
No
to
connection.
read everything for you, and that needs to be basically your CV. That's your resume right there. So you really do need to be working on that. Even though you're a college dropout, you still need to be working on your craft, whatever it might be. You still need to be working on your passion.
Yeah, to
Right.
define your minimum and your maximum, you know. And then there's like the pressure to go to college, right?
Yeah, add on to what Nina was talking about. When you're like a college dropout, it's going to be twice as hard because you're moving away from what society is doing planning for you because everyone is expected to go to college, graduate, get a degree, maybe get a 9 to 5 job if that's like what you're going for. And so when you drop out, you're moving away from that plan. So it's going to be even harder for you. So as long as you have the passion and the drive, and you're good to go. But if not, then you might need to be considered something else.
Right. And that's where I'm just like, does a paper truly represent success? Having a little piece of paper from college?
The pressure that's
After
put to
4,
that.
It's just-
8
it's
years
paper, though.
you put in.
It's like this. It just
That's
has your
it.
name on it and
That's
it has a
it.
seal of whatever school you went to. That's it. Bro, you can shred it. It's gonna be nothing.
Right. Like, and I don't know. I
I mean,
think it's all like inside of you.
yeah, the
You know?
mindset depends on
It's
the
your
individual.
mindset, your perspective, your
Yeah.
drive.
But then again, it's like I just got my associate degree. It was a piece of paper, yeah, but it was a hard paper. It was not light like this.
It was hard paper.
It was
Can
hard
you
paper.
Can you shred it or can you not shred it?
It doesn't matter if I can shred it, okay? the point it was a hard paper. I suffered in Montgomery College for for like 2 years. You know, it kind of shows like your achievement, you know.
Right.
And then they
But
use
then-
like the whole fancy handwriting.
Yeah, fancy.
It doesn't represent success, like your whole success overall in life, but it shows
Right.
like some aspect of your success, if that
Right,
makes
but
sense.
it also represents how much debt you're gonna be in that you gotta pay back.
That if you have like a lot of debt, you know.
And the funny
Which
thing, I feel
sucks.
like a lot of people are thinking about that now. I feel like a lot of people are like, wait, so hold on. So you're telling me college is about like maybe 40 to 50,000, and then when I leave college, I'm gonna
You
still
gotta
have to pay
all that
interest.
back. And some people are paying that off for the rest of their life. Like people
Yeah.
are dying with still being in debt. If
Yeah.
I didn't have this military program, I probably wouldn't be in school. I would just be out working a job and keep going to auditions and doing that.
Yeah, I was talking to someone was like, yeah, that's why I did college when I was in high school. So he did like a kind of like combined college high school
Like dual
program.
credit.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess he didn't have to like pay for that. And then when he entered university, right, he's like, I'm only gonna be here for 2 years. So he's graduating next year. And he was like, he's been working like back to back and stuff like that. I was like,
why
whoa.
don't more high schools do that though? Why do we have to pay? Why do we have to pay for that section, that associate's degree? Pretty much, we could do that in high school. We would be done.
Well, I guess the whole
Because
point
then
of
the decision would be, okay, I want to further my education and go to a graduate school. Because you already finished your undergrad by the time you graduate high school. So why can't high schools do that?
Yeah, they should start incorporating that.
Why can't more high schools do that? That's my question.
You know, I guess that's a good question, you know. Once I just know is that, I guess because they know how expensive it is, that's why people try to go through a 2-year college, first of all, because it's like the 2 years you spend in a 4-year university can just like amount to like a huge debt. And then there's like other, okay, yeah, you know, let's not go much into the tuition because like, you know, that's why you guys need to tune in for episode 3, because we will go more into the whole tuition facts. So yeah.
But I was actually gonna say, like, I think the community college is not only, I think it's also there like to help people socially, because some people just don't want to jump in from like a pond to an ocean right away. Like sometimes community college is there to kind of like ease you in, you know, like you're away from high school. This is community college. This is what it's like. All the courses, all the people, the environment, and everything before you jump right into university. Because I know if I just got out of high school, if I did high school then university, I probably would be like, oh my gosh, you know. But I think
It'd be overwhelming.
community college helped me kind of ease in, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not wrong for trying to incorporate it in there. Like I think that's a good idea. You know, having
It's a
programs.
smart way to beat the legal scam.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
associate programs in high school.
Pretty much. Like more high schools should honestly start implementing
And
that.
people would save so much money.
Yeah, exactly.
They do. Like I was like my first semester in UMD, bro. The tuition, that's like the whole 2 years I spent in MC, like 2+ years, like, because I started 2018 and I graduated 2020. Like, I was just like, this is a scam, bro. Like, and if you see the stuff they were like charging me for, not like just the tuition, like the classes, bro. They were even charging for things that even make sense, like your difference in major, for you coming at this time, for the orientation,
Food.
for the acceptance. I don't have to take their food, like,
Food.
bro.
You gotta pay for food, even though you're not eating their food.
Oh yeah,
You gotta pay for
homegirl went to.
transportation. You don't even have car.
Bro, they pay for transportation. Like you still pay for your parking tickets, my sister.
Oh
Uh-huh.
my gosh.
You know what? We will get this
Games.
another day.
Don't you have to pay for like games, football games and stuff? Do you have to pay?
Not too sure because I just like transferred. You know, I'll get back to you guys
Okay.
on that because like homegirl has just been at home. You know.
Yeah, it's just like
Get
everything
the-
is just money when it comes to college, and that's just like that steals the joy away,
It does.
You know.
Gosh, yeah.
and that's why people drop out.
Yeah, that's why some people get some sugar
That's why
daddies and
people
sugar
drop
mummies. You know.
Because we're already stressed with the classes, with the assignments, requirements, and then we have the money as well. And that's
You know something I just realized? That's why people get a lot of joy when they finish college because it's a lot of money. Especially if they finish college without a debt. It's like, whoa, I made it. And then it's like, for this piece of paper, guys. But that piece of paper gonna get you a job, bro. You're gonna get you a job. Especially if you did stuff like, you know, being a surgeon, being a medical something. Y'all know the majors, you know. Yeah.
But it doesn't really get you a job though.
That's
Like after all that work, you're not guaranteed a job.
That's true.
You just
It
entering a whole
depends. It
competitive
also
market.
depends.
Yeah.
It's like, am I gonna be guaranteed a job after
Yeah.
I graduate for like, you know?
As I told her, like
faculty?
you're literally competing with your classmates for that exact same electrical engineering thing. You're competing with all your classmates.
Those,
for that.
those are your competitors.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I have one answer anybody at this point, but like it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah.
I had a professor who was teaching sociology, and she mentioned like she was doing her graduate degree, and one time she had like a problem that she needed help from her classmate, but they didn't help her because they're competing with the degree.
Wow.
It was that.
Wow.
that
Don't even sugarcoat it or nothing no more.
That's
They just be like,
crazy.
straight up, I can't help you. I'm sorry. You're on your own.
It's crazy because like someone right next to you in your class, you could take that job that
Yeah.
you've been working 4 years for.
Yeah, this is why I not be having friends in my major, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we's on the same level, like bro. Like literally among all my electrical engineering majors, like, you know, people I've met, I literally have like 1 or 2 people I kind of call friends, if that makes
But see,
sense.
that's why you gotta keep your enemies close because your network is your network.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
You
is
know?
true. That is true.
Make connections. Please make connections, guys, because those people could really be like, I don't know, a gateway to like
Your enemy can make a
really
best
lots of
friend.
money. You know.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I feel like that's probably the most important thing out of college, networking.
Networking. That's all it is.
Like it's not just like people think that, you know, that just made me realize since people think that they're just there for the degree. It's more than the degree. So it's like the paperwork is that, you know, in front of the paper it's like you're here to get your degree, but behind the paper you're there to make connections, because like bro, it's true connections that you actually
So
like kind of like
important.
help your future self. If you're one of those people that don't go for club activities, you don't do, at least you don't talk to the professors,
Yeah.
like you're just a straight arrow. You might just
Right,
straight
right.
arrow out of your life.
And you don't know, someone could really put you onto something, you know?
Yeah, honestly.
You gotta like talk to people, make connections. Like,
Exactly.
You just have to make connections.
And be versatile. Like
Right.
look at me and this person here. And this
Yeah.
person. And that human being right there, the one with the glasses. You know, the glasses, bro. The glasses.
What?
Yeah, it's like everybody here is like we all have
Versatile.
like different majors. She's like a theater student. I admire her for that because I'm just like, yes, girl. And then she's a business major. If you're business people,
But like
Yeah.
I'm gonna need her later down the road because I want to start a business. Like
exactly.
I'm gonna be like I'm gonna hit her up, you know, like
And then
gotta
we
make connections.
and then we have our therapist, our sex therapist. Yes.
our sex therapist.
A sex therapist / human
Yeah.
worker /
Social worker.
social worker. Yeah.
That should get everything though.
Something I don't know, but I know sex is there.
Bro.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the. It has to be in the midst somewhere.
You know, it just like brings me back to the first question like we had at the beginning, like what is college to you? Because you have to
College.
prioritize what college is to you. Because
College is basically your life.
exactly. Because people go to college to just do some things and you know you're paying some amount of money. You're just doing some things, but okay. And then some people they go there to just like, you know, get the whole paper success and stuff like that. And some people they go to college to find out themselves, like what do I want to do, like what am I doing here? Is college necessary for me?
Right.
Or is college necessary for another person? Or is it just meant to help me like a stepping stone? Like do I necessarily need to finish this college, if that makes sense? And then that like brings us back to like the whole status quo.
Yeah. I mean, oof. Changing the status quo is mad hard, people. Cause like, fun fact, yeah. Like, not a lot of people know this, right? But I'm one of the 40% people.
Oh, you dropped out?
Yeah. I'm like literally one of the 40%. I'm
Oh,
like,
when?
when?
Yeah.
I'll say like last year? What? We're in 2021. Yeah, so last year.
Yeah.
So I was like,
You're doing good.
it was hard. It was a
Yeah.
very hard decision. Because I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I here? Because like during COVID, like I was thinking like really hard, like, man, like I see a lot of people like losing their jobs and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
now they're trying to like reinvent themselves to kind of go back to what they initially always wanted to do in the first place. And I'm like, man, I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
I don't want to like give my life to something that doesn't even care about me. Working for one
Yeah.
company for 10 years. Well, you've been working hard for that degree that you've been working hard for, and they just let you go just like that. Or like
That's
they
crazy,
go
yeah.
ahead and do like a whole, or they pursue that type of job because they want quote unquote security,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even give them that because you never know what happens in the future. So I'm like, why am I really doing this? Like it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I mean, as I said, like a few people know. So I told my mom.
Mhm.
She had a mini heart attack, yo.
Yeah.
She
African parents, their mentalities, the
I was
pressure,
like,
bro.
hey mom, I dropped family. She's like, you. She's like, you
I-
what?
I couldn't
But,
even
yeah, and then
imagine.
she was like, hey, bro, you going back? I was like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going back. But the thing is, I was laughing the whole time. Because, I mean, I was kind of relieved to, like, tell her.
Yeah.
Because it kind of just happened in that conversation. Because I knew I was going to tell her eventually, like, who am I to hide anything from African parents stuff? So I was like, I know I'll tell her eventually. So it just happened to be that night. And then, like, I went to bed, right? And I was like, I had this fear in my heart, like, man, should I really go back to school? And then I had this thought in my head, like, am I going back because I'm afraid of the future? Because again, it's changing the status quo. Like I'm pushing against society. So I'm like, am I doing it because I'm afraid? Or am I doing that because it's actually necessary? So I'm like, nah, I can't be going back to school just because of fear. Like I don't want that to be my life because I can't be regretting stuff, man. I don't. Like that's
That's
exactly my
yeah.
mentality going through
Yeah.
this whole entire thing. I really don't want to regret anything. But I mean, even now, like today, it's still kind of hard because I'm pushing through. Like it's our early 20s. I'm still figuring out like what am I doing with my life? What is my purpose and stuff like that. All I know is that again during the whole COVID period, I've been trying to work on my craft. So it's not like I'm sitting on my hands being lazy. That's not the point of being a dropout
Right.
or because you're scared or anything. Like you just really need to focus on yourself and figure out what you're trying to do. Because if college is not an option, then it's not an option. Don't do it because people are forcing you to go in there or you're afraid. Because again, living in an African household or any basically immigrant family more. So it's very hard because you do want to be able to provide for your family in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that's also driving me. I know that it's going to happen. I know I have the driving mentality to do that. So if
That's
nobody's going to root for me, I'm going to root for myself. And I know God is by my side, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is scary. Like when you said like possibly going back out of fear, and that's society's fault. Like society has brainwashed young people thinking that you have to go to college after high school or you're going to be seen as a failure or that you're not doing anything. And then when you hit your 20s, it's like you're supposed to have a house by now. You know, like you're supposed to have all of this. And it's just like,
Bro.
that's like us 20-year-olds, it's okay to just not
Take your
do anything
time.
right now and just figure out what you want to do. Like build your craft, you know? And it's like this my other half, it's like he's freaking out and he's so stressed because it's like, yes, I said my other half. He's freaking out and he's stressed and he's like 22 years old. He's like, I feel like I'm not doing anything with my life. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. And I'm like, it's okay to just sit still and just focus on yourself and build your craft, you know? Like it's okay to not do anything. You know, you don't force yourself to do something just so society can see you as a person, like someone who got their shit together.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
I feel
You know?
Yeah.
And that's where all the pressure comes from. But we have to change the status quo. And it's thank you for sharing.